sure does feel good, snuggled up in my quilts. As you can tell, it's raining, but just to confirm that, we'll check the weather feather. I'm going to start packing up pretty quickly. Maybe not quickly. I'm going to start packing it very slowly. All right, see you on the trail.
I've only got about a liter of water left, and normally I would probably stop here just to top off, but I don't know if you can see, but it is socked in and raining today, and it's going to be raining all day. Oh, hey, by the way, let's check the forecast with the weather feather. See how accurate that is? There's the weather feather, and it is forecasting rain all day. I think I'll pass up this water source. I'm sure there will be more. Well, as evidence behind me, I'm either walking in a circle seeing the same scenery over and over again, or the day hasn't changed. I sure hope it's the latter. Today is day 8, I believe. I don't know. So it's going to look like this most of the day. There may not be a lot of videography going on today just because of the weather. But certainly no feet action. Although there has been a lot of feet action because I've been tripping and slipping on every rock and root on the trail. Y'all are really missing that. I don't think Fred Astaire could have done as well. Oh, do I have a little snot on my nose? Maybe. It's hard to tell the snot from the raindrops sometimes. I didn't stop to get water at the last location because my little straw from my bottle is so wet. All I have to do is get my tongue out there and get the water driplets off the straw. So, I'm sitting on a log right now. If we start to see anything different, I'll let you know, but don't hold your breath. I haven't even looked at where I'm going today. I think I'm just going to go till I don't go. Unicoi Gap was a 10-mile trek, but the rain felt so good, sounded so good, I just laid a little bit longer in the hammock than I should have. I might make it to Unicoi. Let's see. The trail's been pretty easy so far. This is what I've discovered. Like, once you get your feet wet, life just becomes easy. Yeah, you just don't care. You just slosh through the water. Yeah, hiking becomes easy once your feet are wet. I think every morning, hang on, gotta negotiate this limbo here. So every morning, oh my gosh. I got a little stuck. Yeah, I recommend before you start your hike, just put your feet in a bucket of water and then go on. No, don't do that. Last night, I got in kind of late. The shelter was full. Not that I was going to stay in the shelter anyway. So I just kind of set up my system over near the privy. And here's an interesting thing about that, is even though I didn't go socialize at the shelter, it was getting dark and they were kind of turning in anyway, but even though I didn't do that, they eventually all came to my camp because I was right by the privy. So, got to meet everybody. I did meet one fella. His name is Money Shot. He's hiker number 69. And he was born in College Station, Texas. Raised in New Orleans. Went to college in Las Vegas. We talked for quite a while. Come to find out he was a psychology major. Maybe why he spoke to me so long. My crotch feels wet. I hope it's from the rain. Why do some trees foam in the rain? What's up with that? You see this big tangle of brush? Well, that's right on the trail. That's behind me now. But I came at the brush, had to go around the blowdown, so I came up here. And right over this is where I stepped. And all this right here is a big mudslide. Do you know what you do in a mudslide? You slide. And you should have seen it. It was glorious. But if it hadn't have been for the big tangle here, my slide would have continued all the way down this mountain, which sounds fun, but I don't know. Anyway, that was my first fall. If we're keeping score, that's one. This is very pretty through here. So green and so slippery. I like it. You may be able to hear it's still raining. I've got some leftover pizza. This is called Bag of Pizza. There's a Bag of Pizza shop at Blairsville. Echo and I got the Bag of Pizza. It's much better than the other Bag of Pizza shop that used to be in my town. So I recommend that. Bag of Pizza in Blairsville. Good stuff. I'm gonna wait for the rain to stop and then go set up outside the shelter. Although I have the whole place to myself tonight. If no one comes, maybe I'll just hang a hammock in here somewhere. I wouldn't do that if anyone was here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The sky is turning blue. Look at that blue over there. That's nice. And there's some fog still in the valley right over here. Way over here, though, there's a deep gorge. Look at the fog sitting in the... There's the mountains and the fog sitting here. Really nice. I'm kind of happy to be out of the rain. I am currently at Blue Mountain Shelter.
I'm at Blue Mountain Shelter. I've got my food hung for the night. I've got the tarp set up. Let me see if I can bring it in here. There's the tarp. So I've got the tarp set up over there. It was pretty wet, so I was just drying. Also, I'm doing a little bit of a breach of etiquette, breach of shelter etiquette. Here is the shelter, Blue Mountain Shelter. And let me tell you what I'm doing, which is really not a polite thing to do, but I've got my hammock set up in the shelter. It's really designed for people who want to come in. Some people don't even bring tents. They just go from shelter to shelter, and they sleep on the platforms here. Now, my hammock is not in the way of anyone, so I guess it's not really a breach of etiquette. But, you know, it's not. They'd have to go around my hammock to go out the door here. So therefore, it's not the politest thing to do. However, I am totally alone at this shelter. I got a little spare bag of water for the morning. I don't have to go get water. There's my water for the night, my poles. I've got a few items here. Some of these things are hanging up to dry. Up there are my socks drying off. My shoes, of course, drying off here. And look how comfy, cozy that's going to be. I'm about to crawl into it just to warm up. And sorry about the fingers. And so right behind the shelter, there's a little path. You might be able to see it here. And there's a sign. It says privy. And the privy is right at the end of the path. You can see it right over there. So there you are. I guess I might be visiting that sometime.